There are times when we need to express our discontentment, is that the word? Or disapproval, dissatisfaction with another person. Now, in these cases, we sometimes worry, is this like, won't this blow up the relationship? How do I communicate this in the best way possible? We want to ideally maintain the relationship as is, but at the same time, we want the other person to know what we are truly thinking. Now, in this case, what makes this matter really complicated? And how do we avoid that to make this kind of a situation a little bit simpler? It's to approach this conflict with an open mind. Now, what I'm saying is, when we think the other person has a problem, we forget that we are looking at it from our perspective. So there's a very big difference between doing something that is absolutely wrong, doing something that's really bad, versus doing something that's absolutely wrong from my perspective, doing something that's bad from my perspective. So, for example, there are many cultures in the world, right? And so I might make a hand gesture without thinking about it. But now, if somebody from another culture looks at me and finds, oh my God, that hand gesture is really bad, then they can tell me, hey, that hand gesture in my culture is really bad. So the thing is, we contextualized it, right? So now we can think about, oh, wait, I did this thing and oh, I didn't know it. But from that perspective, this can be seen as bad. Now, of course, we all have this self-defense mechanism. And sometimes, even when we contextualize it, we may still feel hurt, especially when we don't have a good relationship with criticism. If we don't know how to handle criticism, we may be offended at anything that somebody offers us. But if you compare, hey, what the fuck are you doing? You're doing that all wrong. Like, why are you acting this way? Versus, hey, so I was thinking this based on my experience, and I was wondering if you would be open to a conversation about that. So let me give you the context a little bit. And then from my perspective, I was thinking XYZ, and then I saw you doing XYZ. And in that, I thought, this seems like a little bit of XYZ situation. And now, but I understand that from your perspective, things can look very, very different. So I wanted to just have an honest conversation with you and just tell you how I feel. When you approach it this way, you're effectively communicating the same thing, but it is very less likely to trigger that self-defense mechanism of you did something wrong. Like, whoa, I did something wrong? Fuck you. You did something wrong, right? We have to understand when we want to offer criticism, when we want to think somebody is doing something wrong, we forget that from another person's perspective, we can be the same offender. It's so hard to recognize this. And that can be really the defining factor for the end of a relationship that we later may come to regret in the future. So, all in all, we have to recognize that when we are in relationships with others and we need to raise a certain point of concern, it's very effective and important to contextualize. Hey, from my perspective and my experience, this is what's happening. And I want to talk about it with you. That is so much less triggering of the self defense mechanism than you're doing something wrong.